Hey folks, I'm here to shoot a couple videos tonight. Yes, I am. Why? Because my buddy Dave came up this weekend and we went to a big sale at the Great Escape. Yeah, we did. And after the big sale there, we went and had some lunch. And then we went to Better Days Records West. Yeah, we did. And now I have got way too much stuff to show in one video, so I'm going to do the CDs in this first video, and then I'll do the vinyl in the part two. So, a lot of CDs, so let's get busy. Can we do that, Jake? Let's get busy. Okay. Alright, first CD. Grits, Dichotomy. I don't listen to a lot of rap, but I've got some groups that I like. Grits is one of them. Their big claim to fame, I guess, would be they did the theme song for the phenomenal AJ Styles when AJ was still wrestling in TNA Wrestling. So, Grits, looking forward to that. Toby Mac, I'm All Mixed Up. So this is a remix of one of his albums. I can't put my finger on exactly what the title was, but Toby Mac, of course, being one of the members of DC Talk. Yeah. And I don't care what anybody says about DC Talk. They were goofy when they started. I used to call them the new kids on the Christian block, but by the time they got to that great album, Jesus Freak, man, they could rock. So, anyway, Out of Eden. Out of Eden. Love, Peace, and Happiness. I've had several albums by this young trio. I believe they're sisters. Great R&B on Goatee Records, which is, I believe, Toby Mac's label. By the way, if you haven't noticed already, I'm kind of starting. I've tried to separate genres a little bit. So most of the stuff up front is going to be Christian. Then we're going to hit some country, pop and rock a little bit, jazz, and I think we'll end with blues. Okay, so that's how this is going to go. Nicole C. Mullen, Captivated. Yeah, great pop artist. I'm a fan of her husband as well, David Mullen. He only put out like 2 or 3 albums, but they were all good. And she's very talented as well. Found a sealed copy of Amy Grant, House of Love. We all know Amy. I'm not sure how I feel about this particular album. I think it's probably a pretty decent one. I would still probably like Lead Me On better, just because it's a little bit more acoustic. But David Meese. This is an early 90s recording called Once in a Lifetime. David Meese is a brilliant pianist. He's a Christian artist. Hasn't done a whole lot lately, but I like some David Meese. Then I found the Prayer Chain, Antarctica. This is kind of a 90s alternative rock group. I decided to take a chance on them. I've never really given this group much of a chance before, so I thought at $1, that's a good opportunity to try to get to know that band because they do have a pretty strong following. Now the next bunch are all from the Gaither camp. Of course, you all know Bill Gaither being the great hymn writer, and he does a lot of getting together a lot of the older artists and doing projects with them. This first one's called Precious Memories, and it's the with their homecoming friends. And I picked this up because I saw some names that I liked. Jesse Dixon, Reba Rambo and Donnie McGuire, Larnell Harris. Those were some of the ones that kind of stuck out at me. Then I picked up the New Orleans Homecoming, and I'm wanting to say that Russ Taff is on this one. Then the London Homecoming. And there were Jesse Dixon, Russ Taff. Jesse Dixon a couple times. Then the Gaither Vocal Band, Give It Away. Not too familiar with this lineup. I know Bill here and then Guy Penrod. I don't know the other two gentlemen. And then I also picked up the Gaither Vocal Band Reunited. Let's see who's in this lineup. Oh yeah, I know this lineup pretty well. David Phelps, Bill Gaither, Michael English, and Mark Lowry. Not sure who this gentleman is. Kind of excited about this. Sealed copy, Guy Penrod. Breathe Deep. Not too long ago, I showed where I picked up a CD. It was a hymn CD, and I've listened to a few tracks on YouTube from this album, and it'll be a great country gospel CD. Then, of course, if you love country gospel music at all, Dottie Rambo. The legendary Dottie Rambo. Couldn't believe I snagged that for $1. Then Charlie Daniels, Steel Witness. It's a gospel album from the great Charlie Daniels. I think this one was in the 90s, mid-90s. Now we're going to start going more country, though I don't know what to make of this. This is Corey Morrow, The Good Fight. I like some of his stuff. I saw a video for a song that's not on this album. It's called He Carries Me. Great song. So I picked this up. It does have a scripture in the bottom here. It says, I am doing a good work, and I cannot come down. Nehemiah 6:3. So, that's Corey Morrow. Sam Lewis, another country album. I didn't know Sam at all. I'm wondering, is this an autograph of sorts? The reason why I picked this up is because his guitarist is Kenny Vaughan. I saw Kenny Vaughan play. He's in Marty Stewart's band, Marty Stewart and his Fabulous Superlatives, and Kenny Vaughan plays guitar, and he's absolutely a phenomenal player. So when I saw his name, I knew I had to pick this up. All right. Travis Tritt, 10 Feet Tall and Bulletproof. Just I like Travis Tritt, so I had to get that. Now I'm trying to learn more about George Strait, so I picked this up. Blue Clear Sky. All right. Now this looks like a bootleg to me, but it's Alice Cooper, so I had to pick it up. Alice Cooper, live at Toronto. Kind of plain on the back. It doesn't even on the side. There's no writing. That just feels like a bootleg. This album I was surprised to find. It's fairly new too. It's Grace Potter. Midnight. I have one of her albums, Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, and I like it a lot, so I had to snag that. And then, I just showed a couple videos ago in the Go Birds contest, Billy Falcon, and I found a sealed copy of one of his CDs that I did not have. This is Billy Falcon, Win. All right, now we're starting to get into jazz. This first album, I looked at the players on it, and I was really impressed. Nicholas Payton and Ravi Coltrane, the son of John Coltrane, are playing in this band. It is called the Blue Note 7 Mosaic, a celebration of Blue Note Records. Then I picked up this compilation. Happy Anniversary, Charlie Brown. This came out on GRP Records. Some great artists on here like Dave Brubeck, Chick Corea, B.B. King, Jerry Mulligan, Lee Ritenour, Dave Benoit. All right, so next up, Terence Blanchard, Bounce. Blanchard is a great young trumpet player. Actually, I don't know how young he is anymore, but he's more modern than some of the guys I listen to. Terence Blanchard, great artist. Now this I could not believe. For $1, Cannonball Adderley and Milt Jackson. Anytime you can get some Cannonball Adderley for $1, that's great. Things are getting better. This was looks like it was put out in 1988. Then, oh man, it just keeps getting better. Jimmy Smith plays Fats Waller. Now, I haven't got the opportunity to buy too many Jimmy Smith albums at $1. Now we're going to get into the blues. This next one's a comp from one of the great blues labels out there. It's the Blind Pig Sampler. Prime Chops. Who's on here? Well, we got some Joanna Connor, the great legendary Pine Top Perkins, James Cotton, Buddy Guy, and Junior Wells. Yeah, some big names on this one. All right. Then there was this one by Mike Zito, Today. Good blues artist. I had never really heard of him, but I saw that he did a cover of Prince's Little Red Corvette on here, so I had to pick it up. Then I picked this album up thinking it was hard rock. I thought the group was named Badlands, but it turns out that's the title of the album. This is really a blues band called Trampled Underfoot, and it has a female lead singer. But it's a good album. I'm not sorry I picked it up. I probably would have picked it up no matter what it was, because a lot of my father's family is out, lives out in South Dakota, and my great-grandfather, I think, was born in the Badlands. The next one, Kim Wilson, Smoking Joint. He's a harmonica player. See him playing on the back. The next guy, I found 3 of his CDs and got all 3 of them. The first one that caught my, well, this is the first one, the oldest one they did. His name's Joe Louis Walker. This one's called JLW. And then this one's called Great Guitars. This one was the one that caught my eye first. And part of the reason was I got to looking up here at the back and seeing who were some of the guest stars on this album. And some of those guys are Clarence Gatemouth Brown, Steve Cropper, Buddy Guy, Taj Mahal, Matt Guitar Murphy. A lot of those guys recognized from the Blues Brothers. Ike Turner, and the Tower of Power Horns. Some good guests to have on an album. And then I also found this one, Joe Louis Walker, Preacher and the President. Some interesting artwork. And the last CD, last but not least, not in any way, Koko Taylor, Queen of the Blues. Koko is the real deal. Guests on this album are Lonnie Brooks, Albert Collins, James Cotton, and Sun Seals. Some great guests. And that's Koko Taylor. You ought to remember that name if you're trying to get into the blues, because she's a great singer. And that's my CD haul, Jake. All right, so we're going to cut this because we're getting up toward the 20-minute mark, and I will be back shortly with the vinyl. Hope you're having a great week, and we'll see you soon.